Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, that answers all your stock-related queries on the program. Top market experts will guide you on your stock questions. Now, how do you send us your queries? The WhatsApp number is flashing on your screens. Do send them your questions here along with your name, your location and your contact details as well, so that we can give you an opportunity to speak live to our top guests and take a custom-made advice for yourself as well. Now, you can also log on to our YouTube channel, that's Business Today. Go on to the Daily Calls Live and use the comment section there to send me your questions. I'll be picking up those questions and addressing it with our guests as well. So let's first up look at how the markets are trading. It's already half time. Of course, it's been a volatile start and a mild range in which the markets have been trading at, toggling around that flat line, of course at 25,723 at this point in time right now. When we look at the sectors that are buzzing, you have the real estate sector, you have the PSU banks, you have the pharma space, oil and gas, and even the mid and the small caps that are holding up the ground. But IT, autos and FMCG have actually all slipped in trade. Let's actually look at some of the stocks within the Nifty that are hovering higher. Shriram Finance, a smart move there, 5.5% higher. You can see M&M, that's on the buzz. You can see Apollo Hospitals, State Bank of India. And that's also on the higher note as well. You can see Eternal and Indigo among those top winners in trade as well. But what's declined? Well, you do have names like Maruti Suzuki, ITC, Max Healthcare, Tata Consultancy Services, Nestle and Titan as among those stocks that are still lower in trade right now. Let's also look at some of the winners as far as the Nifty 500 basket is also concerned. Some buzzing stocks there too. Dredging Corporation of India at a 20% circuit. You have names like Dolphin Offshore, that's at an 18% move on the higher side. Then you also have names like IFB Agro, that's higher. BLS E-Services is also buzzing. TD Power Systems, MedPlus Healthcare. You have so many names. Wockhardt from the pharma space, 6% higher now. So a lot of interesting names that you are seeing in the broadest index. Let's actually welcome our guest on board, Nilesh Jain, who is the head of technicals and derivatives research at Centrum, is now joining in. Welcome to you, Nilesh. Good to have you with us. It's been some time. How have you been? And do help us understand your fresh view on the markets. What do you make of this lack of strength? Every attempt by the Nifty to move towards 26,000 is seen with a lot of selling pressure at higher levels, and now we are drawing closer to 25,700, and that's also giving us a sense as to how to really look at the markets from here on. How are you assessing it?
Very good afternoon to you, See, in the previous 2 weeks, what we have seen is that Nifty has constantly faced resistance at 26,000 and unable to surpass the same. In fact, on the weekly time frame chart, if you see, it has formed a tweezer top kind of candlestick pattern that basically indicates a pause in the trend. So whatever momentum that we have seen, looks like there could be possibility of some bit of consolidation. That is certainly what we are currently witnessing after a rally that we saw from the beginning of the October series, from 1st of October all the way till 23rd of October. So there could be possibility of some bit of retracement of this entire run up, and we may see Nifty testing the lows near about 25,600 on the lower side, followed by 25,500. So 25,500 I believe is a very strong support zone. That's the 21-day moving average support as well. If at all you see Nifty moving in that particular range, that could be a good opportunity to start initiating long trade. As of now, it's an avoid till time we did see any sort of trend reversal candle. So we are as of now advising to focus on stocks in sector specific move. On index front, as mentioned, 25,500 to 26,000, that's the broader 500-point trading range for the Nifty. Coming to Bank Nifty, similarly, comparatively, in fact, Bank Nifty is looking better placed, given the kind of structure we are witnessing in PSU banks and also a couple of private sector banks which are participating in this positive move. So looking at the setup, looks like it is heading towards 58,500. Comparatively, Bank Nifty is better placed.
Okay, fair point. Let me also now start welcoming all our viewers who are joining in on the program with their questions. Tekpal Bhatia, Anuj Singh, Shomalia, we have Anuj, we have Jaya, Ayush Mathur joining in. Welcome to all of you, starting in early. So what we'll do is, Nilesh, we'll go to some questions, come back to your own choice of stocks and a strategy on certain sectors in a bit. The first question that we have is from Tekpal Bhatia. His question is on JSW Energy and he wants a long-term view on that. How would you look at that one?
Well, JSW Energy, if you pull up the chart of past 2 years, you can clearly see the stock hasn't done quite well. In fact, it is trading exactly at its 2 year previous levels near about 527. So, looking at the overall setup from a positional perspective of 3 year plus, one can stay put because the major structure is looking positive on a monthly time frame. And this is currently what we are witnessing is the time wise correction which may extend further. On the lower side of 500 to 480, there's the strong support zone, and a breakout is required above 600 to witness a consolidation breakout. Then probably we can expect a move towards 780 to 800 as well. But yes, purely from a positional perspective, long-term perspective of 2 year to 3 year time frame, the stock is looking better place and can be accumulated on declines as well.
Okay. Let's also look at the next one that we have. This one is from Anuj Singh. Says, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon to you as well, Anuj. How are you? The question is on Vedanta. And he says, मेरे पास वेदांता के शेयर हैं 266 के रेट पर, मैंने 500 शेयर्स खरीदे हुए हैं. इसका अगले 1 साल तक का टारगेट ये आपसे जानना चाहते हैं. नीलेश, बहुत सारी खबरों के बीच वेदांता लगातार एक वॉलेटाइल जोन में रहा है और अब डीमर्जर की खबरें और पास आती चली जा रही हैं. तो ऐसे में वेदांता को लेकर आपका क्या व्यू है?
देखिए, बहुत ही बेहतरीन स्टॉक है अगर आप मेटल को प्ले कर रहे हैं, प्लस अगर आप टेक्निकली वेदांता का सेटअप देखें तो काफी अच्छा एक सेक्युलर अपट्रेंड में रहा है स्टॉक और काफी अच्छा रिटर्न ऑलरेडी इनको अपने पोर्टफोलियो में देखने को मिल रहा होगा. बट ओवरऑल स्ट्रक्चर अभी भी स्ट्रॉन्ग नजर आ रहा है और ऊपरी स्तरों पर 600 प्लस तक के लेवल्स हमें देखने को मिल सकते हैं. तो यहाँ पर बने रहने की सलाह की 450, 450, 460 के स्टॉप लॉस से 600, 650 तक के पोजीशन टारगेट यहाँ पर देखने को मिल सकते हैं.
Okay, let's take the next one. This one is from Shomalia Biswas from Kolkata that we have. Shomalia says, I have 12 lots of Nifty and this is for 11th November expiry. That's he's got 26,000 call option at 81. He says, I've already booked half of my lots of profit at 107. What should I do with my remaining quantity?
Well, Sakshi, first of all, if you look at the Nifty structure as mentioned, we are witnessing a bit of a consolidation, and during this kind of a consolidation, usually you see a time decay in the premium. So that's a kind of slightly negative for the call option buyer. So what we are witnessing as of now is there could be possibility of some bit of a pullback. If you see that pullback, and if Nifty moves near about 25,800, that can be a good opportunity to exit from the long position. Not expecting any V-shaped kind of recovery as of now, so better use any sort of pullback you get to exit from the call option. And on the underline, the stop loss should be placed somewhere around 25,680.
Okay. Let's take another one that we have, and this one is from one of our viewers, Jaya. And okay, we'll take first this question. Ayush Mathur says, Anthem Biosciences IPO में मुझे मिला है ये शेयर, क्या मैं इसमें अभी और ऐड कर सकता हूँ? लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए अगर मेरा निवेश है तो आपकी क्या सलाह रहेगी?
See, Anthem Bio, as I can see, it's a recent listing. Less than 6 months of data is available. Whatever data is available, basically indicate कर रहा है कि काउंटर में कोई बड़ा मूव शायद देखने को ना मिले, एंड नॉट एडवाइजेबल टू एवरेज एज वेल. एवरेज ना करे इस पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक में. विद इन लिस्टेड एंटिटी यू हैव बेटर ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल, बट आईपीओ में अगर आपको ऑलरेडी लगा हुआ है तो आप एक बार के लिए बने रह सकते हैं. 650 के स्टॉप लॉस से फ्रेश खरीदारी अवॉइड करें, क्योंकि स्ट्रक्चर अभी भी उतना प्रॉमिसिंग नहीं लग रहा है कि यहाँ पर हमें कोई वी शेप रिकवरी जैसे देखने को मिले. बेहतर होगा कि फ्रेश खरीदारी या एवरेजिंग करने से परहेज करें.
ठीक है. नेक्स्ट हम लेते हैं क्वेश्चन जया का, और ये क्वेश्चन है इनका त्रिझारा सॉल्यूशंस के ऊपर. ये जो शेयर है ये 227 पर अभी चल रहा है. पिछले एक महीने में मूव आया है, 20% चढ़ा है, और आज तो ये शेयर सर्किट पर आपको नजर आएगा. एक छोटी कंपनी अगर आप देखेंगे तो इसकी मार्केट कैप केवल 330 करोड़ की है. 294 का इसका 52 वीक हाई है, 155 का 52 वीक लो अभी ट्रेड कर रहा है. हाई पी पर भी ट्रेड करती है ये अभी फिलहाल. कैसे देख रहे हैं आप नीलेश जी इस शेयर को, क्या ट्रैक कर पाएंगे हमारे दर्शकों के लिए?
साक्षी, कैन यू प्लीज रिपीट द नेम ऑफ द स्टॉक?
त्रिझारा सॉल्यूशंस, TREJHARA, त्रिझारा, इसी नाम से आपको NSE पे मिलेगा. फिलहाल
बिल्कुल देखिए,
227,
फिलहाल
या
ये स्टॉक 227 पर ट्रेड हो रहा है और बिल्कुल ठीक कहा आपने, आज अपर सर्किट पर भी ये लॉक हो चुका है। देखिए ओवरऑल स्ट्रक्चर अगर हम पिछले 1 मंथ का स्ट्रक्चर भी देखें तो यहाँ पर इनफैक्ट उतने डेटा अवेलेबल नहीं है। काउंटर ग्रेजुअल अपमूव जरूर दिखा रहा है। इनफैक्ट पिछले 6 मंथ्स की डेटा ज्यादा बेटर क्लियर पिक्चर दे पा रहे हैं। यहाँ पर एक गिरावट हमने ऊपरी स्तरों से देखी थी, 255 के लेवल से कंटिन्यूस हमने डिक्लाइन देखी थी। 175 पर एक शॉर्ट टर्म बॉटम बना है और वहां से हम रिकवरी देख रहे हैं। अगर किसी के पास लॉन्ग पोजीशन है तो यहाँ पर बने रहने की सलाह होगी। स्टॉप लॉस रखना होगा 216 रुपीज का। ऊपरी स्तर पर मेरे ख्याल से ये स्टॉक अपने प्रीवियस स्विंग हाई जो लगभग 242 के आसपास प्लेस है, वहां तक की अपसाइड दिखा सकता है। बट फ्रेश खरीदारी के पर्सपेक्टिव से यहाँ पर अवॉइड करने की सलाह होगी, क्योंकि काउंटर ऑलरेडी 5% अपर सर्किट पर लॉक है। तो फ्रेश खरीदारी ना करें। जिनके पास लॉन्ग पोजीशन है वो बने रह सकते हैं विद अ ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस एट 216।
Okay, got that. Well, let's take one more question that's coming in again from our viewers. Vinita Gupta hai next. लिखते हैं, congratulations to Indian women cricket team for the great victory. Well, yes, Vinita, you're right. We've been celebrating it all through the night, and this morning also we did a special show on that as well. So here's wishing Team India, as they have done proud the nation for the first time ever, clinching that World Cup as far as Indian women cricket team is concerned. The moments that we are definitely enjoying and relishing every minute. The question that Vinita has is on Skipper एंड ऑन जीनस पावर। दो स्टॉक्स हैं, इनके ऊपर एक ओवरऑल व्यू आपसे नीलेश जानना चाहते हैं। इन दोनों शेयर्स को आप कैसे देखते हैं? अगर इसमें निवेश करना हो तो कौन सा आपको इनमें से बेहतर लग रहा है?
See, definitely Skipper and जीनस पावर, ये दोनों स्टॉक में से अगर कुछ एक पिक करना है तो जीनस पावर एक बेटर ऑप्शन अवेलेबल हो सकता है, क्योंकि आप अगर इस पर्टिकुलर काउंटर का स्ट्रक्चर देखें तो पिछले 3-4 दिनों से काफी अच्छा रिबाउंड हमें यहाँ पर देखने को मिल रहा है। और ये जो पुल बैक है वो थोड़ा सा एक्सटेंड होता हुआ नजर आ रहा है। ऐसा लग रहा है कि ये मोमेंटम है, ये स्टॉक को 400 और 430 तक ले जा सकता है। 320 के स्टॉप लॉस से यहाँ पर लॉन्ग ट्रेड लेके चल सकते हैं। कमिंग टू स्कीपर, देखिए ये कंपेरेटिवली थोड़ा सा वॉलेटाइल स्टॉक है। स्ट्रक्चर इसका भी पॉजिटिव है एंड ऊपरी तरफ पर 600 650 तक के पोजिशनल टारगेट देखने को मिल सकते हैं। विद फ्रॉम अ ट्रेडिंग पर्सपेक्टिव रिस्क एंड रिवॉर्ड यहाँ पर थोड़े से बेटर प्लेस है। 490 का स्टॉप लॉस लगा के यहाँ पर लॉन्ग पोजीशन है तो बने रहे, फ्रेश खरीदारी भी करके चल सकते हैं। 550 एक इमीडिएट हर्डल जरूर है, बट मेरे ख्याल से ग्रेजुअल अपमूव यहाँ पर हम देख सकते हैं। 600 650 तक के पोजिशनल टारगेट यहाँ पर हमें देखने को मिल सकते हैं।
Fair point. Let's take some other questions as well. We have a lot of questions actually coming in on our WhatsApp as well. So we'll start taking some of those questions too. Lavish from Indore writes in, I want to ask about Indian Overseas Bank. I have this stock in my portfolio, 500 shares at 42 rupees. I need a 1-year target for the same as well. Now let's look at IOB, 1% higher, currently at around 40 odd levels, so slightly below the purchase price of what Lavish has got this stock into. Are the charts looking positive at this point in time? Do you think over the next 1 year our viewer Lavish will be able to enjoy higher levels and greater profit?
Well, Sakshi, this particular counter has been one of the underperformer, and if you see across all PSU banking space and also a couple of private sector bank from a smaller market cap kind of horizon. So where we have seen a good momentum in last couple of weeks and couple of months now, but this stock did not participate till now. So overall, if you see within PSU banks, if you have better options available like Can Bank, BOB, Indian Bank, Bank India, you can probably switch to those stocks because we see more potential out there. IOB, although looks like a gradual upmove is something that we can expect, but do not expect any V-shaped kind of recovery in this particular counter. So overall, on the upside, 41.5 to 42 kind of levels can be seen from a short-term perspective. Keep a stop loss at 39, and in this particular counter, one can stay put. But in terms of having a better margin of safety and good return, I would suggest to shift to the better stocks like Can Bank and BOB could be a better options.
Okay, switch your position from IOB to better performing PSU banks like Canara Bank. You could actually be looking at that stock to probably give you higher returns from here. So you can actually easily cover up your losses and hope for better returns, because IOB has been underperforming the entire lot so far, and there are better chances in other PSU banks which have been named by our guest where you stand the chance of making higher profits. So take that decision there, of course speaking to your own financial advisor. We have the next question from Ankur Modi. Says, hi Sakshi, how are you doing? I am good, doing absolutely good. Thank you so much for asking, and I hope the same for you as well. The question is on two stocks again. One is Sagility India, and the other one is Anantraj. Now we do know that Anantraj has been in and out of visibility, and every time there is some focus on data centers, etc., there is this bounce on the stock that we usually see. Sagility, on the other hand, has been remaining pretty range bound over the last 1 year or so. Your sense of how should you be really looking at both these stocks, and where do you find promise?
Well, Sakshi, you have rightly pointed out, in last 1 year, if you see Sagility, this particular counter has been in a consolidation zone. On the upside, it was constantly facing resistance at 55, although recently it has once again tested those levels. On the lower side, it has a very strong support at 45. So that's the broader range as far as Sagility is concerned, quite highly volatile counter. But overall, from a positional perspective, I think the stock, if at all, it takes out 55 level once again, then the target on the upside could be somewhere around 65 to 70, and the stop loss can be placed at 47. So if somebody has already bought into this particular counter, then stay put is the advice. We can expect a gradual momentum towards 65 to 70 going forward. Now coming to Anantraj, this particular counter is is quite better placed. From a positional perspective, we expect this stock to move towards 800 plus. That's a 1.5 year kind of time frame target. And at current level, the risk and reward is also looking attractive. So one can initiate a fresh long, keeping a stop loss below 590. And positionally, the target comes somewhere around 760, followed by 800 plus.
Okay, let's look at some of the other key questions that we are getting. Lalit has asked the next question, and he says, hi, I want to know about Marksans Pharma for the next 3 years. Is it a good time to buy this stock right now? We did see quite a lot of buzz in the initial phase in Marksans Pharma, but this year entirely it's actually been pretty consolidative. Any suggestion on this one? Today it's up by 5%. Is the momentum coming back to Marksans? Is this the right time to look at the stock for the next long term, 2-3 years or so?
See, if you pull up last 1.5 year chart, you can clearly see the stock has been in a downtrend and witnessed a lot of underperformance as well. But now, since it has formed a good base formation in the zone of 165 to 180, looks like there could be possibility of some bit of a revival in this particular counter. But given the kind of time frame of 3 year plus, I think yes, it's a good bet. But one should keep a strict stop loss at 160. And as far as levels are concerned, on the upside, immediate target could be somewhere around 260, followed by 340, and probably 400 plus kind of levels can be seen in 3 year plus kind of time frame. But not to forget, one should keep a strict stop loss at 161.
Okay, fair point. Let's actually look at some of the other key questions then. We have the question coming in from Ayush, who says, can you please help me with two stocks? One is RITES that I have at 322, and the other one is Concor that I bought at 721. RITES has slipped to 247, so it's below your own purchase price. Let's also pull up Concor and see what the current level is. 721 was the purchase price of Ayush. Wants to know whether I should book my loss. I've been holding these stocks from the past 1 year, or should I move out of these stocks? So both are actually on losses. Container Corporation also at 547. Your suggestion, Nilesh?
First of all, Container Corporation, Concor, definitely this stock has been in a downtrend from last almost 1.5 year. After hitting highs near about 900 last year in the month of June, the stock is constantly forming a low top and low bottom formation. In between, we did see some bit of pullback, but that pullback got sold into, and it is trading below all its short-term and long-term moving averages as well. For any sort of a trend reversal, it needs to break out of 570 on the upside. Then probably we can expect a move towards 600 to 650. But till then, whatever pullback we see might get sold into. If somebody wants to stay put in this particular counter, then keep a trailing stop loss at 530. 530 should be a strict stop loss. One can remain long side in this particular counter for a pullback towards 600 to 650. Now coming to RITES, this stock, I would say, if at all you get any pullback towards 260, 265, use that pullback to exit, because the structure is not looking that promising. It has been one of the slow mover with a gradual decline. That is what we have seen in last 1.5 year. So not looking promising, but if somebody wants to hold this particular counter, then keep a stop loss at 240. On the upside, 260 and 265 are the two immediate levels that we are expecting.
Okay, fair point. Let me also get in another question that we are getting. We'll go to our WhatsApp questions once again. Divakar Jain, okay, has a question. He has this question on a stock called Univastu. I've also not tracked this stock. Let me quickly look at this one. 71 is the current level, listed on National Stock Exchange. A 1 month move will actually show you a downward slide, 8 odd percent lower. 6 month move will be sideways with a negative 15% move. So, not a very outperforming stock. From a high of 115, the stock is now trading near the 52-week lows as well. Univastu India. Any suggestion on this stock, and what would you want to advise on this one? Divakar says he purchased the stock at 83 and it's a very low volume stock if we look at currently. How would you advise our viewer there?
Rightly pointed out that it's a very illiquid counter, very low volume counter. Market cap is only 258 crore, and bought it at a very high price. The stock is in a corrective phase. It formed a major top somewhere around 105 to 110 zone. So structure wise, looking weak, and looks like a kind of operator driven. So not advisable to be into this particular stock. If at all you see any pullback towards 75 or 80, use that pullback to exit. uh, Shift to the better options available, and quality stocks should be the priority. This kind of volatile stock, you might get stuck at high level. But as of now, if somebody wants to stay invested in this particular counter, then I would suggest to keep a strict stop loss at 70 now. If it breaks 70, then it will be considered as a structural breakdown. Then it may slide further towards 65 to 60 as well. So keep a strict stop loss at 70. Exit on pullback should be the strategy.
That. Let me also look at some other questions. We have Chandni from Prayagraj writing in as well. The question is on transformers and rectifiers. 400 shares bought at 530. Wants to know, please give me guidance on the same. What would you want to advise? Okay, transformers and rectifiers bought at 530. Any chartical patterns that you could advise on currently? The stock is slipped to 443 from her own purchase price. Any kind of a rebound expected?
Right, TARIL is a symbol which is currently trading at 443, and the stock is in a corrective mode. Again, another volatile counter with slightly lower volume. It has a tendency to trade in circuit to circuits as well. So, first of all, if bought it already, then keep a stop loss at 425. 425 should be the stop loss. If it breaks below the same, then exit from the long position. At the same time, if at all you see any pullback towards 480, 500, use that pullback to exit because the stock is not looking that promising. It has been in a consolidation zone in last 2 years. So there is no clear trend as of now. Exit on pullbacks, and if somebody wants to stay put, then keep a stop loss as mentioned. The stock is not looking that promising.
Okay. I hope that you've taken down the advice there. Let me also look at some of the other questions that are coming in. Okay, we have Saurabh Goyal now says, good afternoon. I want to know about any fresh entry levels that are advisable for IIFL Finance. I have a 6 months horizon. Is it advisable to look at IIFL Finance at the current stage? What would you advise there, Nilesh?
IFL, very good chart structure, I would say, in this particular counter. The stock has formed a very good base formation. We have seen a good momentum as well recently. It has taken off the immediate resistance of 540 as well in today's trading session. So, from a positional perspective, looks like the stock is heading towards 600 to 650 levels on the upside. So that's the 1 year kind of time frame. If somebody is having, then these are the levels on the upside can be seen. Keep a stop loss below 500. 500 is a very strong psychological support as well. Fresh entry can be done in the range of 535 to 545. Immediate target, as mentioned, could be somewhere around 600 followed by 650.
Fair point. Okay, let's take another one, and then after two questions, we will go to Nilesh's own choice of questions, as own choice of stocks as well. The next question is from Mirza Yamin Ahmed says, "I'm from Riyadh and I watch your show regularly. Thank you so much, Mirza Yamin Ahmed." The question is on. Alvis Life. It was formerly called Glenmark Life, and he had 200 shares on the IPO price. Wants to know where exactly should he exit, and if at all it is advisable. And please let him also know in case it is advisable to stay on with his position, and whether he can add on a fresh as well.
Uh, just a minute. Elvis Life. That's right. So this particular counter, if you see the structure, it has been in a declining trend. It has made a high near about 1350 last year, and since then we are witnessing a constant decline in this particular counter. So not looking that strong on the chart, we can expect some bit of a pullback. But overall structure of this particular counter is still looking weak. Exit on pullback should be the strategy, and currently it has a very strong support somewhere around 900, and on the upside, if at all it breaks 1000 mark, then we can expect a further move towards 1100 as well. So overall, sell on rise kind of structure is what we are witnessing in Elvis Life. But if somebody wants to stay put, then keep a strict stop loss at 880, and probably wait for a breakout above 1000 for a follow up move towards 1100 plus.
Okay. One more question, and this one is again on the pharma space. Rajesh Jain from Bikaner writes in that I want to know about Cipla. बाय किया है, 500 शेयर्स है मेरे पास और 1608 पर लिया हुआ है. इसका मंथली स्टॉप लॉस और टारगेट क्या होगा, यानी कि ये कम्प्लीटली ट्रेडिंग व्यू आपसे लेना चाह रहे हैं. 1509 पर अभी चल रहा है, 1608 पे इन्होंने खरीदा था, तो एक महीने में क्या 100 रुपये का वापस से एक अप मूव आ सकता है या नहीं, या फिर क्या टारगेट और स्टॉप लॉस लेकर चलें, क्या राय होगी?
बिल्कुल, देखिए सबसे पहले तो फार्मा बास्केट अगर होल आप अगर देखें तो मोस्ट सॉर्ट ऑफ अ कंसोलिडेशन है, कोई क्लियर ट्रेंड निकल के नहीं आ रहा है. सिमिलर इज द केस विद सिप्ला एज वेल. सिप्ला में भी इन बिटवीन हमने एक पुल बैक जरूर देखा था, बट वो फिजल आउट होता हुआ नजर आ रहा है. और अब अगर इम्पोर्टेंट सपोर्ट की बात करें तो वो अब निकल के आ रहा है 1470. 1470 का एक इम्पोर्टेंट सपोर्ट है. अगर वो ब्रेक हो जाता है तब यहाँ से लॉन्ग पोजीशन में से एग्जिट कर जाए. एट द सेम टाइम इन बिटवीन अगर आपको कोई पुल बैक 1550 या 1580 की जोन में देखने को मिलता है तो वो भी एक अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी हो सकती है कि आप इस पर्टिकुलर काउंटर में से एग्जिट कर जाएं. नो डाउट सिप्ला इज अ वेरी गुड स्टॉक, बट दैट्स फ्रॉम अ पोजिशनल पर्सपेक्टिव. ट्रेडिंग के पर्सपेक्टिव से एक रेंज में फंसा हुआ है 1600 और 1470. ये इसकी रिस्पेक्टिव रेजिस्टेंस एंड सपोर्ट जोन है. तो शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेडिंग के पर्सपेक्टिव से नवंबर सीरीज के लिहाज से मैं कहूंगा 1550 या 1580 की जोन में अगर ये आता है तब एक बार के लिए आप एग्जिट कर जाएं.
ओके, फेयर पॉइंट. आई होप यहाँ पर भी आपको राय मिल चुकी है. और अब आते हैं नीलेश जी आपके पसंदीदा स्टॉक्स और आपके पसंदीदा सेक्टर के ऊपर भी. इन द करंट कंसोलिडेटिव वेरी वॉलेटाइल नैरो बैंड ऑफ अ lackluster trade that we've been seeing for the last 1.5 2 weeks or so, what exactly is your strategy? Which are the pockets that are looking attractive, and any key stocks that are giving you promise?
Right, Sakshi. So, couple of sectors, first of all, that are looking promising. We have seen a good momentum coming back in realty pack. We believe realty could be a dark horse, and from here we may see further momentum to continue. Apart from that, sectors like OMC space, due to the correction that we have seen in the crude oil prices. So, crude oil prices as of now looks like has settled somewhere around $65. So, that is again beneficiary for all the OMC stocks. So, within OMC space, IOC is our preferred bet. We expect a gradual momentum to continue towards 175 to 178 on the upside. Currently, it is at 168. One can keep a stop loss below 162, and IOC is a buy. And also, we are also liking BPCL and SPCL as well. So one can keep an eye on those stocks as well. Now, coming to realty pack, as mentioned, we believe that realty may witness a continuation of this momentum. So overall, realty is our preferred bet. Looks like the counter has bottomed out, and we may see a move towards 1860 to 1880 on the upside. So keeping a stop loss below 1770 overall realty can also be bought. Looks positive on the chart.
Okay, fair point. I hope viewers you've noted that down as well. And if you have to help us understand the strategy through this entire week, Nilesh, what would you advise?
For this week, what we have seen in the past 2 weeks is a bit of a consolidation, and similar is the case that we are witnessing in this week as well. Now, if you see on the daily time frame chart, Nifty is the momentum indicator and oscillators have given a sell crossover today. That basically indicates that we may see a temporary pause in the trend, which means that 26,000 is likely to act as a resistance, 25,500 is likely to act as a support. That is going to be a range for this week, 25,500 to 26,000. We expect Nifty to oscillate in this range. Similarly, coming to the Bank Nifty, as mentioned at the beginning, Bank Nifty is comparatively better place now, and 57,500 is a very strong support. 58,500 is a resistance for the Bank Nifty. That can be a broader thousand point trading range, but buy and decline should be the strategy in the banking space, specifically PSU Bank and couple of small private sector banks like Federal Bank, IDFC First Bank. These are the stocks that we are liking. And as mentioned, Realty Pack, OMC stock. So sector specific moves, that should be in the focus rather than focusing on indices, because indices might witness some bit of consolidation. But yes, sector and stocks specific momentum is likely to continue.
Okay. All right, Nilesh. We'll thank you then on that note for being with us and, of course, helping all our viewers out while solving their queries and giving us a sense of how the markets are placed at this point and what strategies to adopt. Good to have you, as always, with us.
Thank you, Sakshi.
All right, viewers, we'll move on to